Hey Gemini, it's Kay Loves Tarot. How are you guys? I hope you're well. So I'm doing your first half of December, and I do apologise that these have come out late. We have still got time though, so better late than never. Right then, let's start off with a 5-card general spread for you guys, and then we'll move on to your love life with the romance angel straight after. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising Gemini. Let me just lift that up a little bit. Oops, silly camera. There we go. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising Gemini. 5 cards for Gemini, please. Okay, central issue is the Devil in the reverse. The root of that is the Ace of Wands. A recent past is the 3 of Wands. Just move my cup of tea out of the way. Sorry, you guys. Crown in Gemini is the Empress. And what's coming towards Gemini? The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Right, I'm just going to quickly clarify a couple of these and get some oracles on, and then we'll sort of go from there. So just bear with, please. Oosh. Okay, I've got a broken down relationship or problems within a relationship for some of you. Okay, gets better though. That's the good news. Right, let me just throw you guys a couple of oracles. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising Gemini. Okay, I've got respect. That could be what the arguments are about. And I've also got release. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't see this being over. I see this being a bit of a blip for some of you. So, your central issue. So, Devil in the reverse, it's entrapment. Okay, and in the reverse, it's getting out of that entrapment. And entrapment can represent so many different things. It could be controlling behaviour, it could be impulse, obsession, addiction, anything like that. Whatever it is that you felt, because this is your central issue, whatever it is that you felt that you've been trapped in one way or another, or oppressed in one way or another, you are working it out to get out of that kind of energy, and we're putting a lot of focus and attention on it. But with the 6 of Wands, you also want recognition for hard work. It's almost as if, you know, I've done this, I've changed this, why isn't anyone fucking noticing? That's really what I'm seeing here. It's like, I'm noticing it, I want that recognition. So, all right, fair enough, this could be someone that you're dealing with. The root. The reason why we needed this massive change, we had to take action. There was no question about it, because it was affecting a personal relationship. So whether that's a little relationship, family, or even friends, whatever behaviour was going on in the past, it affected personal relationships. And that's why this had to change and fast. So the recent past was we didn't get fuck all done. It was constantly, I'll do it then, I'll do it then, I'll do it then, I'll do it then. You know, whether it was getting your son out of this energy, or whether it was priorities around you, whatever it was. Something, you know, something needed doing, it was constantly put off because of the energy of the devil from the past. You know, if we're out of it now, there was definitely that energy in the past. We have to use common sense with this. So what's crowning you now is the Empress and the Hermit, 2 major arcanas. And really, this is just more about trying to nurture this relationship back to where it should be. And I like the Hermit being here, because it's you needing to take that step back to truly figure out what it is that you want and how you can get it. Because the Hermit, he carries the star in his lantern. And, you know, you have to think tarot in the tarot. The star is all about your hopes, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, desires. It's about optimism and hope. And I can see that you really want to make this situation better. You really want to make this work. And you're putting your heart and soul into it. And a lot of hope into it as well. And again, I think that because of all the hard work that you've put in, someone's not really, whereas you've been paying attention, they may have not. Maybe they're a bit sceptical. Maybe because there wasn't that kind of level of change in the past, and all of a sudden we're saying things are going to change now. Maybe they're not seeing the effort that you've really been putting in, and maybe that's the problem. Could even be a work situation, if I'm perfectly honest. You know, if you've had a boss that's been on at you for months and you've not really, if you can admit that you've not really been motivated enough, but things are changing, it's almost like you want that recognition now. So I've done a good job. Why aren't you fucking noticing? I like I say, it's someone that you're dealing with. Things are going to take a turn from the better, but we have to take off that blindfold and see what it really is. There could be a chance that that energy hasn't quite left you yet. With the Four of Pentacles being there, is the miser, is hanging on, is clinging on, and in a roundabout way, I look at the Pentacles and I think, well, Pentacles are loyalty and commitment. You are clinging on to loyalty and commitment to whoever or wherever it is that you're doing here, that you're trying to make amends with, which is a good thing. But considering that we do have the devil, and you know, majors will always trump the minors, there could be an element of negative energy that you could be hanging on to. So even though you've been making real change, maybe you're not completely out of the woods yet, or they're not, whoever it is that you're dealing with. So I think it's time to take off that blindfold and just recognise that Rome wasn't built in a day and to cut yourself some slack. Because like I said, the situation could take a turn for the better. And I always say with the Wheel of Fortune, all in good time. No pressure. This has to go, you know, according to plan, if you like. And I think that with the respect card, you demand respect. Whether it's you that's dug yourself out of this dark hole and you think you deserve a little bit of respect for that, or whether it's someone that you're dealing with has dug themselves out of a dark hole and maybe either they're demanding respect from you or you demand respect for putting up with it as long as you did. Whichever way it goes, respect is always earned, not given. And it's really up to you to decide whether you've earned it or whether somebody has earned your respect, you know what I mean? So we have the release card. I'm just going to read this. It says you have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. There you go. So, yeah, I think that this is just one of those things where if you really don't want to lose this person or lose this situation that you're in, again, I think it's got to be more about compromise. We've got to release unwanted negative energies. We've got to release expectation as well at this point. And also to 100% wholly commit to this. Because whatever's been going on, it's definitely put a strain and a burden on a partnership here. On a personal relationship. And I'm not even going to lie, it looks like either of them were on about bailing if things weren't going to change fast. So, but I think that change had to come fast. It had to. I don't feel like there was much of a choice. It was like, right, we're not losing this, so we've just got to work on it. And I feel like that's just how this had to go. So I think the advice is all in good time. Don't rush yourself. Don't go demanding respect, especially when you can really sit there and think, have I really earned it? Yes, it'd be nice for a bit of recognition. I'd like a bit of respect, but I don't think that, I don't know, I kind of feel very like a forceful energy with this, you know, and a very selfish energy with this. I mean, the Two of Cups is reversed at the end of the day. This is two people that are not on the same page with each other and that have different expectations of how this should go. So I think this is just more about trying to understand each other rather than clash with each other, you know what I mean? So I'll leave it there. Let's take a deeper look into your love lives, Gemini. If it hasn't resonated, don't bitch in the comments. These messages obviously are not for you, or you're in denial, whichever. You gotta think, these general readings. Right. Gemini, love for Gemini for the first half of December, Sun, Moon, Rising, love for Gemini. Okay, trust, situation's calling for you to have faith. What just flew out over there? Chemistry and very soon, and this one as well. Pay attention to the red flags. So, let's get some clarification on this. I'm going to use my Vice Versa Tarot deck for the clarification. Gemini, clarification on love for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, first half of December. Okay. So, yet again, the Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor. And that wheel is reversed, by the way. That is in the upright, that is reversed. But they do tend to mean different things in the stack. The Three of Swords. The Nine of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. So, as far as love goes, I feel like we are genuinely trying to take control of the situation to make it better. Things are moving way too slow, and maybe he's starting to lose hope that it'll get better. Trust that it will, because with the Wheel of Fortune, especially in the reverse, I mean, it always means a case of bad timing, but in this context, you know, this guy, this is actually the Magician. Yeah, I'm not even going to go through the deck and show you, but the actual guy that's in the Wheel of Fortune is the same guy in the Magician. You will manifest better from this situation, and it will definitely get better, but we've got to start exercising as much patience as possible, not putting pressure on yourself or anyone else. You're doing right by taking control of the situation, absolutely, but don't lose faith. It says here on this card, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. And we have this covered by the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords tends to be a fresh wound. It's feeling genuinely hurt. It's feeling, you know, for some of you, it's not even heartbroken. It's just feeling genuinely hurt and disappointed, either in you or whoever it is that you're dealing with. And I think that we are now pondering, is this worth it or is this not? Whether this is someone that you're dating or you have been quite serious with. It's just pondering, is this worth it? Is all this pain and hurt worth it? Because clearly someone's let you down here. And I think that you do find deep down that it is worth it. We have the chemistry cards, so there's definite strong magnetic attraction that keeps you going back. And with the Nine of Wands, you are protecting yourself as much as you possibly can. But there's only so much you can do. And I do feel like you're alone on your own island at times, you know, especially emotionally. But at the end of the day, you've been through so much already. Why give up now? That's really sort of what they're saying. But continue to pay attention to red flags that do crop up, because they're going to give you a sign as to whether things are definitely going to change or not. Because at the moment, we're seeing progress. We're seeing things getting a little bit easier, a little bit better. But someone still is on a journey and they still have a long way to go. And like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. We have got to allow time to pass out with this kind of stuff. So, I mean, if we liken this to a realistic kind of situation. So like I said before in the first reading, we've clearly got two people here who care a lot about each other, maybe even love each other, but one of them is being very self-destructive. For whatever reason, they're letting a lot of negative energy take over. And I feel like one of you has tried and tried and tried and waited and waited and waited for this change that never came. And then all of a sudden, that change is coming. One of you wants to change all of a sudden, and the other one's just very skeptical. Like, yeah, I've heard this before. And you've already got, either you or them have gotten themselves to this point of, I could walk away from this quite easily. But the advice is keep going. And if you set out to make drastic changes, continue with that, especially if it makes your life more positive. It makes the situation with this person more positive. And if you're dealing with somebody who's skeptical of you, actions will always speak louder than words. Just remember that, okay? I'm going to leave that there. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll be back on around the 15th. If anyone wants personal, my email is just below on the screen, just there. I've got a 2020 early spread out as for personals that I'm doing as well. So if you're interested in one of those, you can check out the promo vid on the channel. It's titled Christmas/New Year Personals. Or you could just email me for the information to get yourself one of those. But I have many different readings and time lengths available as well for every budget. So if you're interested, email me. And I'm going to put a flash sale up at some point today. So if you're watching this on the day that I've uploaded it, stick around the channel, make sure you subscribe, and you'll be able to see that flash sale promo. Right, I'm off to ski, you guys. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye for now.